Hey guys, welcome back. I wanted to do a quick get ready with me of like old favorites plus some holy grails plus some new products to me, just so you can see sort of my current makeup routine. For reference, I have really textured skin with large pores, and generally I don't have acne, but I do have sort of hormonal breakouts on the chin area. I typically don't get blemishes elsewhere in my skin, but I do get sort of inflammatory redness around here. I'm filming this in just natural daylight, and it is overcast, just for reference. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and talk you through all of the products. First things first, I'm going to just apply my Stila One Step Correct. This product is something that I have used for, I'm going to say, 10 years at this point. That's how long it feels. Whether or not, I'm pretty sure I started using it even before I was a makeup artist. So anyway, I'm going to take one pump of that. And this just neutralizes any redness in my skin, and it kind of is a serum-like consistency. If you have normal to dry skin and you suffer with redness, I would highly recommend picking this one up and giving it a go. As you can see, it's got swirls of pink, purple and green to neutralize your skin tone. And it just makes your skin, it absorbs really readily into the skin. It doesn't leave it feeling tacky, sticky or anything. It just is like a perfect canvas, and I'd wear this on no makeup days as well. And just to give my skin a little bit of extra hydration, I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. Now this is relatively new to me. As you can see, I've dipped into the product quite a bit, but there is a lot in here. And the thing I love about Charlotte Tilbury is that you can purchase the refill to put in here, so it's you can keep the bougie packaging and just go for the rest. Okay, to prime the rest of my skin prior to foundation, I'm taking the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Now this is something that is relatively new to me as well. Well, actually, it's not so new. I've utilised half the product already, so I've had it for a fair while. This is, in my opinion, now this is a really controversial thing because people either love it or they hate it. I find this primer to be the catalyst for why my makeup lasts longer. It is a really tacky consistency. Yeah, I really enjoy this, but I have spoken to people who just can't use it, and yeah, I'm a big fan, so I will definitely continue to repurchase this. Yeah, I'm very happy that I got my hands on that one. Okay, so my skin is prepped. Now I'm going to go back to my eyes. So I generally will do face first on myself, but on all clients I will do eye makeup first. So I'm actually going to switch it up today. I'm taking the Lust Minerals Concealer in the shade Light, and I'm taking that on an Hourglass brush. This is a angled, in my opinion, an angled concealer brush. I don't know if it actually has a name, but it's a little brush. So I'm gonna feather that, stipple that all over my eyelid just to act as a little bit of a neutralizer for the colours on my lid, which is kind of, there's quite a few things going on, like you can see veins, etc, etc. So I don't want a heavy eye primer because I'm not doing a hectic eye makeup look. I just want to have a little bit of a base down to take some of the pigmentation away there, just so that you can see it's, you know, nicely neutralized, and just make sure that you blend out all the edges all the way up to the brow bone, taking it right into the inner corner and sweeping it all across the mobile lid. Cool, so that's my eyes prepped. Moving on to eyeshadow. Sorry if you can hear the dogs barking, and there's the guy mowing on the reserve down the front of our property. Like typically, this is the only day I have to film this video. So anyway, I'm going in with the Mecca Max Dream Queen Eye and Face Palette. It's this one here, it looks like so. I'm going to first be taking this shade here on my entire lid. I'm going to use one of my favorite ever brushes on the eye, and it is so cheap. It is the e.l.f. Fluffy Eye Blender Brush. Highly recommend this one. It has a dome top. It's got a lot of maneuverability. What I'm going to do is just sweep that through the crease. I'm going to take it all the way up to the brow bone. And as you can see, it's a very soft, bony colour. And it's just going to set the concealer. So I'm just going to do the same on the other eye, which is just sweeping in kind of windscreen wiper motions all along the crease and above towards the brow bone. You don't have to be particularly neat for this step. This is just to basically set the concealer and to softly contour the eye. So I'm coming in a bit closer for this step, so I'm just going to take the medium brown shade, this one here, which I believe is called Days, and I'm going to take that on the same brush, really swirl the brush in the product, tap off the excess, and I'm going to do the same here, but I'm going to concentrate the product in the crease, and I'm really going to take my time to buff the edges out to make it look really seamless and diffused. So little circular motions, and as you can see, like, it really does put down a lot of pigment, so you don't need to continue to dip into the product. You can just work the brush back and forth until there's no product left on the brush, and you can blend it up towards the brow bone. And it's obviously very soft, so I'm just going to repeat that step on the other eye. So I'm going to switch brushes now, and I'm going to take this one here, which is a Sigma brush. It's the blending brush, it's called E25. And I'm going to take this shade here, which is called Peace, and I'm going to really work the brush into that, tap off the excess, and just pat this on the mobile lid. Working it up into the crease, and sort of like, I can switch around the brush, so the side that has the product concentrated on, you can use the underside to just blend it softly into the crease. To softly diffuse that now, I'm just going to go back with the blending brush, and with no additional product, I'm just going to buff through the crease just to make sure that those two colours melt together really seamlessly. So as you can see, it's a super simple eye look. So I'm just going to quickly do my brows, and I'm pretty low maintenance at the moment. I'm going to take a disposable bamboo spoolie into the Anastasia Brow Freeze, and I'm going to just brush my brows straight up. I really like the brow laminated look on myself. Like, obviously this is a very individual step, but I do really like it, and I have been doing it for a few months now. So it's basically, this product mimics what a brow lamination does for you by not having to get it done in a permanent sort of way. So you just run the brush through the product, and then you just comb your lashes up, and you can basically set them in place whatever shape you like. I have them fairly brushed up and then out towards the mid-length and the tail of the brow. I do like to press my fingers through the brow just to make sure that the brow hairs are stuck to the skin and they remain in place, and then I just wipe off the excess that is on the top of my brow. And I'm feeling that they need a little bit more definition. I will take the Benefit, what is this called now? The Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil with the spoolie on one end and the product on the other. And I will just fill in the sparse areas with little hair strokes. Okay, so back to the eyes. What I'm going to do is take an Arbonne angled brush. This is an angled eyeliner brush, as you can see here. It's very thin, nicely structured. And I'm going to dip into this shade here, which is called Imagine. It's the darkest shade in this Mecca Max Dream Queen palette. Kind of has a bit of a plummy undertone, so I'm just going to pick up the product on the angled brush, and I'm just going to do the tiniest little wing, and I'm only taking it into the very outer corner of the eye. I'm not going all the way in, and I'm just going to leave it ever so subtly like that, so it's very diffuse, and I am going to blend it afterwards. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. Now that I have my wings down, what I'm going to do is coat my lashes with mascara, but before I do that I do have to curl them because my lashes point exactly down, and if I don't curl them for a long time they will be pointing downwards all day long, and sometimes as soon as I put mascara on, depending on the formulation, it's a heavy mascara, it will cause my lashes to drop immediately. So I'm going to take my time to curl my lashes, and then I'm going to apply the Lounge Face Lash Mascara, which is a tubing mascara, and it's made by Lauren Curtis. Okay, so I'm just going to use the Lounge Face Lash Mascara. This is a dry formula, and I'm just going to wiggle that on my lashes. It's a tubing mascara, so it is buildable, but you have to do one eye at a time, and you don't let, obviously it doesn't need to dry because it's a dry formula, you don't let the mascara dry in between, you just continue to build it until you get the desired effect. I do need to repurchase this. So moving on back to the skin, so as you would have seen before, I've primed my skin ready for makeup. So I'm going to go for a very light coverage today. I'm going to be using the Chantecaille Future Skin Foundation in the shade Cream, which is a little bit too warm for me, but I'm going to mix it with a little bit of the Lust Minerals Concealer in Light. I'm just taking this on a sponge and I'm dabbing the rest on the back of my hand. So what I'm going to do is slowly start pouncing this all over my face to even out my skin tone. I take it all the way under the eye because I like to not have a concealer underneath the eye, because I just find at my age, if it's the wrong formula, it does dry me out. This sponge is made by a makeup artist local to Tassie. Olivia Jones Lashes is the brand. It's where I get all my lashes from for client use. Her individual lashes and trio lashes are, in my opinion, the best, and I cannot do a makeup application without them. Just going to blend that down the neck because obviously, as you can see, it is quite a warm tone for my skin. Now I'm just going to dot the Lust Minerals Concealer in the areas of my face that I feel are too warm. I'm just going to try and leave the perimeter of my face alone. So I'm just going to work this into the skin now to kind of make sure that my complexion is not too warm. So this will help calm down the warmness in the foundation that I have on my skin. I'm just going to give my skin a quick spritz with the Nimya Set It and Forget It setting spray just before I go in with any more product. I'm just going to let that dry on the skin. Okay, moving on to cheeks, I'm going to go in with the Rose Ink blush. This is in the colour Anemone. I did hold this not so long ago, and now I'm going to use it. I'm going to take it on the same Olivia Jones sponge. It's very pigmented. I'm just getting a little bit on my sponge, and I'm going to tap that on the top of my cheekbone. If you're, you know, 30 plus and you have not started experimenting with cream products instead of powder, and you're finding that your makeup is dry or cakey, or just you're stuck in the same routine, I would really highly recommend just taking the plunge and buying some cream products. I've been using creams for a long time. Now that I have found the right way to apply them and what my skin really needs, yeah, I'm just really enjoying the routine that I am doing. And I never used to love blush, but I am obsessed with blush. This colour is absolutely stunning, and as you can see, that setting spray is just giving me a luminosity. It prevents me from putting too much product on, so I really like it. I'm just going to take, this is a mini of the Milk Makeup Matte Bronzer. It's just a stick bronzer, and I'm going to take some product on the back of my hand, just on top of the foundation that I have been working with, and I'm going to use the underside of the sponge, just tap in to that and just warm up underneath that cream blush and around the top of my hairline where the sun would naturally hit my face, around the temple area and just along the jaw and underneath the lip. And it just makes the lip be a little bit poutier, as you can see. And just for highlight, what I'm going to do on my sponge, on the same sponge, I'm going to take the Lila Bee Captivating Glow Skin Illuminator. So this is in my haul as well. I'm finding that, like, I've only applied this once. It is a little bit glittery. I'm trying to work out if that was just the top layer. I'm just going to bring you in close. So I just want to illuminate the top of my cheekbone there. And I'm just going to take that on the tip of my nose as well. Okay, and for lips, I'm going to take an old favourite. This is the Arbonne double-ended liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Bloom. And I'm going to take the matte side. And I'm just going to put that in the centre of my lip. And I'm going to feather it on with my finger so it's not super pigmented. So I've put that on with my finger, and then I've just taken my sponge and just diffused it, just so it's not like really, really stark. Just so it gives my lips like a really nice, even flush of colour without having to commit to like being really specific with a lip line, etc. You can put a clear gloss over the... So finally, what I'm going to do is just set my face a little bit just in the center where I would normally get oily. For that, I'm going to take the Nakia Joy Cosmetics Velvet Finishing Powder, the pressed version. So this is what it looks like here. This product, I've put a little mini review on my Instagram feed. I'm really impressed with this, guys. I don't know what to tell you. So I'm just going to take that on the center of my face, across my nose, I'm going to avoid my cheek area because I want a little bit of luminosity there. I'm going to set my chin, and I'm going to set the center of my forehead. Just so that it mattifies those areas, but it leaves this area quite reflective and dewy. I really like that. This is the double-ended hourglass brush as well, so if you wanted to set your under eye, the smaller side is actually really perfect for getting in there. Okay, so I've just curled my lashes to just tidy them up again because, like I said, they I have such bad. If you are a person who has lash problems as far as them being heavy and pointing straight down or curling down, let me know in the comments, because I love having lash extensions, but I also get really sick of them, and lash perms look great for like a week and then they look like they make my lashes all skiwiff, and I don't know. So this is the finished look. As you can see, my skin looks like skin. I still have blemishes. I'm not trying to make, you know, my skin absolutely perfect, but this is just everyday routine for me, guys. When I wanted to look a bit more put together, everyday routines for me are no makeup, honestly. So I'm just really a low maintenance kind of person these days, but yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this Get Ready With Me, guys. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.